Coming up this week on Theme Park Worldwide, the show, I'm going to be talking about yesterday's awful incident that happened at Drayton Manor on the Splash Canyon Rapids ride. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and all the details in this week's episode of the show. Along with that, I've got news from Toverland as they've now confirmed their wing coaster, along with another mystery ride set to open at the park for 2018. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, this is Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and that means it's time to cue those titles. And as always, a very warm welcome to this week's episode of the show. Now, I am filming this just a few hours after Drayton Manor confirmed that an 11-year-old girl did die on the Splash Canyon Rapids ride earlier on today. Very sad news from the park, and we're going to be talking all about that in just a few moments in News Off the Rails. Of course, thoughts are with the family involved with this incident, and of course, park staff as well. Yes, in terms of other news here on the channel, we've had quite a bit go online. We had 2 episodes of Planet Coast that have gone online this week. Both 16 and 17 went on. In the first one, I actually opened the park for the first time, and I was surprised at how well the park actually ran. In terms of frame rate, that wasn't quite as good, but in terms of guests actually getting around the park and getting on the attractions and queuing up, that sort of thing, it went well, so make sure you check that out. I also put on episode 17, which is me starting the new fantasy-themed area, which is going behind the volcano of Volcano Springs, and inside there I start by building a medieval-themed junior dragon coaster, so make sure you check that out. 2 brand new episodes of Let's Play Planet Coaster, now online here on our YouTube channel. I've also put on quite a few new off and on-ride videos throughout the past few days as well. One of my favourites from Wallaby, Belgium, the Tutankhamun dart ride, interactive shooting dart ride that was actually really well themed, and we did enjoy that. So make sure you check out that, also now online here on our YouTube channel. Quite a bit to come throughout the next few days as well. We've got 2 brand new vlogs, one from Chessington World of Adventures from over the weekend, and another from Legoland as well. Me and Charlotte had a fantastic weekend. It was great to see so many of the fans of the channel down there at the Southern Theme Parks. So hi out there to all of you that saw us. And as you'll see in TPW Showcase later on in the episode, quite a few of you stopped us for a photo, so yeah, remember, if you do see us, don't be shy, say hello, and of course you can have a photo and we'll put it here in our weekly episodes of the show. In terms of the Q&A with me and Harry, we've been asking for all of your questions throughout the week up until Monday. We're now going to film that tomorrow night, meaning it'll be online towards this weekend, so make sure you do check that out. It'll be our first Q&A, not to be filmed here at the World of Theme Parks. We're going on location to the Alton Towers Hotels to film this one, so I hope you enjoy it on the channel. But yes, it is time now for a little bit of news off the rails. Now, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, Theme Park Worldwide, the show, is uploaded every Wednesday here on our channel, meaning that I do film it on the Tuesday night. And as in yesterday, Tuesday the 9th of May, was the day that Drayton Manor, unfortunately, did have an incident on the Splash Canyon Rapids ride. Now, this is very sad news, and I must say before I talk about it, Drayton Manor is a park that is so close to my heart. It's my second closest theme park after Alton Towers. I visit there so much throughout the year. I know a lot of the staff at the park, and it really is awful to talk all about this incident that happened at the park. It's very sad news, but I must say Drayton Manor dealt with it fantastically on their social media pages. They did post exactly what was going on there as soon as the incident happened, and I think Drayton Manor should be applauded for actually doing that and being very honest and very open about what happened with the incident. But yes, my thoughts are with all the family involved in this and the staff at the park as well. So yes, around 2:30 p.m. yesterday, there was an incident on Splash Canyon, and it has resulted in an 11-year-old girl actually dying in hospital after being recovered from this incident. Let's talk a little bit about what happened. So Splash Canyon is an Intamin Rapids ride that opened at the park in 1993. Now, anyone who's been to the park will know that it is located just underneath the Shockwave stand-up roller coaster. Like I say, an Intamin Rapids ride. They've done a lot of rapids throughout the world, including the Congo River Rapids at Alton Towers, Rumba Rapids down at Thorpe Park. So a lot of big rapids rides out there, especially here in the UK. Intamin are responsible for. Now, around 2:30 yesterday, an 11-year-old girl somehow managed to fall out of the boat into the trough, and then she had to be recovered from the water by park staff. This was done, of course, emergency services were then contacted, they turned up at the park, and it does seem like Drayton Manor are really quick on this, at getting the girl out of the water. Of course, the air ambulance then turned up, landed on the site, and then she was airlifted over to Birmingham Children's Hospital, where it was later confirmed that she had died and sadly passed away. It is such a shame that this has happened. Any news like this is always hard for me to talk about, but even more so when it's at a park so close to me. And of course, we had the Smiler incident at Alton Towers a couple of years ago. That's nearly 2 years ago now. That was, of course, June 2015. And then now my second closest park, Drayton Manor, such an awful incident to take place. I just want to say, I am thinking to all of you out there who've been involved in this incident, anyone who was at the park on the day, all the staff and management team at Drayton Manor. As I'm sure you'll know if you've watched the channel for a while, we are really close with the guys at Drayton Manor, and I've got full respect for them guys for posting what they did on Facebook and being really open about the whole situation. We don't really know many more details. Of course, the HSC are going to be in there, health and safety, to look exactly what's gone on with this incident, and it'd be wrong for us to speculate on what did happen. But let's focus on the facts. A girl fell into the water. She was then recovered by Drayton Manor staff, airlifted to the hospital, where she was later confirmed as dead. But yeah, it's very, very sad, but it leads me on to think about rapids rides in the future and what should be done to prevent this sort of thing from happening. I mean, you look at rapids rides over in the United States of America, they've all got seat belts on which prevent you from standing up. Here in the UK, on our rapids rides, we don't have seat belts or any sorts of restraints, whether it's a lap bar or a seat belt or anything like that. I mean, if you've been over to Walt Disney World and rode on Carly River Rapids, I've been over to Busch Gardens, been on their rapids, and Universal, you'll know that they've all got seat belts on there to stop you from standing up and moving about in the boats. So is this something we're now going to see on rapids rides here in the UK? I mean, if it's going to stop incidents like this happening, then I'm all for extra safety precautions on these rides. I think over the past few years we've seen an increase in incidents at theme parks across the world, and of course we had the rapids incident over in Australia last year as well, where people did die in that as well. So it does make you really think about this with these rides. What can be done to really improve safety going forwards? That's from the manufacturers and the parks themselves. But of course, I'm sure we'll find out more details in due course. That's if we haven't had more details since I filmed this episode last night. But yeah, very sad news, and thoughts are with everyone at the park and the girls' families. 11-year-old girl that died yesterday on Splash Canyon at Drayton Manor. Very sad news, very hard to talk about, as I'm sure you all know out there. But yeah, let's just hope the park can recover from this and move forward. And let's just hope the family, they want to remain silent about all this, I believe. They don't want to be sort of out there in the public eye, and of course we're going to respect that here on the channel as well. So moving on then from that to a bit more positive news, and that is from Toverland. They've now confirmed their brand new wing coaster. Now, it was rumoured a few weeks ago, we did talk about it here on the show, and it was rumoured, I think some leaked plans got out there about this ride, but they've now confirmed their plans, along with some other stuff there as well. They're going to build a brand new entrance in this brand new area. If you've been to Toverland before, there's new areas going to be built behind Whirlwind, it seems, right behind where the rapids are and all that area. There's a lake just there, and it looks like it's going to be built around there from what we can see from the plans. And now they have also announced there's going to be a brand new Mack Rides boat ride, which is going to go around there. It's not going to be a flume ride or a rapids ride or anything like that. We're going to be seeing like a slow moving boat ride, it seems, so that looks like it'll be nice. Of course, Toverland's got some really good theming, and I think that park will be enhanced even more by putting in this, so it'd be very interesting to see what happens. There is still a rumoured layout going around for this wing coaster though, that it's going to be 42 metres high, around 800 metres long. It's going to feature 3 inversions, a dive loop, an Immelman and a 0G. Just a reminder, this is just speculation here at the moment. We know the coaster's now confirmed, but this is all speculation and rumours that people have got. I have seen a No Limits recreation. It looks like an alright layout. I'm not going to say it looks an amazing layout, to be honest, but I'm sure Toverland will make it look amazing with the theming and fitting in with the surroundings. But yeah, the rumours are light blue track with brown supports, so yeah, maybe that gives a few clues to the theme maybe, but it's very interesting to see what happens with that one over at Toverland. Not quite as much news to talk about this week. Like I said, I didn't have as much time to prepare the show, mainly due to the sad news from Drayton Manor, but don't worry, next week we'll be action-packed with even more theme park news to share here on the show.
You're like a roller coaster, moving, shake me side to side. Yes, then I know, but I make it be right. Like a roller coaster.
So this section of the show is a favourite of a lot of people's, and it is of course named that coaster. Now last week I did make it quite easy, so a lot of you did get it, as I know that a couple of weeks before that a few people were struggling on rides. It was. So last week, I'm not going to do a big reveal, I'm sure a lot of you got what it was. It was of course the Arrow Hypercoaster that opened in 1994 at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, known as the Big One. But yes, it is the monorail. I did hint a little bit towards it down in the comments. But yeah, the Big One at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is an iconic ride here in the UK, isn't it? And it might not offer the most thrilling experience, but that first drop is still really, really good. And of course, the views of Blackpool Promenade, the tower, the beach is absolutely fantastic from the ride, making it one of the best roller coasters in the UK as an overall sort of feel to that. In terms of the coaster itself, then me personally, I'm not a massive fan, but I can see why people would rate it so highly, mainly because of how big it is, how impressive the structure is, and just how iconic that ride is. So many people out there in the world know about the Big One at Blackpool. So there we go, that was last week's Name That Coaster. I've got another one for you this week, a little bit harder for you to guess, but here we go. Here's a little sound clip, just over 5 seconds this one. It's this week's Name That Coaster. Stop the clip. There we go. So remember, it is just for fun. All you need to do is comment below on this video what you think that coaster is. If you do look like you're struggling, I may drop a few hints down below in the comments, so make sure you just check down there. Go on, scroll down to see, and next week I'll reveal what that coaster was. It's now time for an Emerge Paradise. So yes, welcome to Merch Paradise. The other week I did show you a certificate from the Corkscrew closing day at Alton Towers. This week I thought I'd follow on from that and show you one of the t-shirts that I got there from the event as well. Now these weren't given away for free, you did have to buy them on the day. Anyone familiar with Alton Towers, and in particularly Towers Street, on the left hand side you've got a conference room upstairs called the Towers Suite. What they did in there, this old merchandise, they had all old pictures of the Corkscrew and history of the park. It was great to see all that stuff up there from the park archives on display. But yes, I also managed to purchase this. It was a t-shirt. Now I did buy 3 of these just because I wanted to keep some of them for future reference, so I could wear one, keep a couple, sort of one in the packet, one just keep for future reference. But there you go, look at that, really nice there with the old Alton Towers logo on with the Corkscrew, and the dates just on there as well with the Corkscrew. But yeah, fantastic shirt there. That one now looks a little bit too big for me, if I'm being honest. I remember when I first got it, it did fit, but yeah, there you go. That's my Corkscrew closing day shirt there from Alton Towers. I've got some great merchandise to share with you over the next few weeks. I'm going to be delving into my boxes, not some of what's on display in here, and seeing what I can dig out for you guys. I've got some really good unique items that I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that you haven't seen, so I'll be sure to share those in the episodes leading up to the big Asia Mega Trip. In terms of the Asia Mega Trip itself, now Theme Park Worldwide, the show, will be taking a little break whilst we are over there in Shanghai, Hong Kong, and also Tokyo. We're going to be out there for 2 weeks, so there is going to be 2 weeks where there will be no episodes of Theme Park Worldwide, the show. Now this is mainly due to the amount of content I'm going to be filming whilst I'm out there. I don't want to feel like I'm going to have to commit to uploading the episodes of the show whilst I'm out there on holiday, but of course there will be episodes of Let's Play Planet Coaster going online whilst I'm away that I've pre-recorded, along with some on and off ride videos as well, so make sure you do check those out. In terms of the vlogs, some of them may appear online whilst I'm out there, all depends on internet connection. I've never been to that area in the world before, so it'll be very interesting to see how it goes. But yes, there won't be any episodes of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, whilst I'm away. And next week I will confirm them dates to you.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
So welcome to Question Time, and the first one this week is from Rob. Hello Rob, who has asked, what would I like to see replace the slammer at Thorpe Park? I'm going to say something along the lines of Loki at Leesburg and Intamin Gyro Swing. It looks fantastic. I'd love to see something like that in at the park. Unfortunately, we didn't get to try it the other week when me and Martin were there due to not being ready until the weekend after. But yeah, that looks fantastic, and it swings so high. It looks amazing next to Balder. So yeah, I'd love to see that at the park. Maybe then they could take out Vortex as well, because it would be a similar sensation. But of course, Vortex is a lot smaller compared to an Intamin Gyro Swing. So there we go. Thanks for your question, Rob. Chris has asked, outside of Disney, what's my most anticipated theme park and ride of the Asia trip? Ooh, that's a really tough decision. In terms of anticipated park, though, I am going to say Fuji-Q Highlands, just because of the location. I think it looks fantastic out there, and I can't wait to see it. In terms of most anticipated ride outside of Disney, I am going to say Hair Raiser, Ocean Park in Hong Kong, mainly because the B&M coaster, bright yellow, below, up on the hillside, looking over the mountains. It looks stunning all over like the Hong Kong harbour. It looks gorgeous, so I can't wait to ride that. And I'd say that's my most anticipated ride outside of Disney. Thanks for your question there, Chris. Third question then from Samantha. Do I miss Nemesis Subterra at Alton Towers? It's been closed for a couple of years now, and yeah, I do kind of miss it. I did like the whole storyline behind it. Of course, with it being based on Nemesis, in my opinion, the best coaster at Alton Towers, one of the best coasters in the UK. But yeah, I do miss it, and who knows what the future of that ride is. Maybe just one day it might come back at some point. So thanks for your question there, Samantha. Next up then we've got Mark, who asked my final question. If I didn't work at Alton Towers, which theme park would I like to work at and why? I'm going to say, now as much as I would love to work for Disney, in a way, would it spoil it? But so I am going to say Europa Park. I know there's a few people who've gone out there and done the programme, but yeah, ideally I would like to work for Disney, but I just think it would ruin the whole experience, and I wouldn't want that. I love doing Disney parks too much, I really do. So yeah, I'm going to say Europa Park. I'd love to maybe work on Arthur, and that's where Joe is. I know he's having a great time out there, but yeah, definitely it's Europa Park. So thank you for your questions. Keep them coming in, guys, for the next week's episode of Theme Park Worldwide, the show. It'd be great to keep your questions coming in, and Charlotte will pick 4 out for me to read next week. So it is time for the final section of this week's episode of the show. It is TPW Showcase. Once again, I do apologise about the bit of a shorter episode this week. It is mainly due to the upsetting news that I had earlier today from Drayton Manor. So moving on from that then, so we've got this week's photos. First, we've got Ryan with an Extreme Scream Park Winner Award. He was fantastic out there in the maze. It looks like he did a great job, and they obviously thought so too, so thanks for sharing that with us. We've got Clive and Zach who had a photo there with me. Moving on to Sam with a Rita on-ride photo just there. Thanks for sharing your photo. Callum next has got an on-ride photo collage just there as well, so thank you for sending that in. John's had a photo here with me, and following on from John, we've got William with a G-Force on-ride photo there as well, so thank you for sharing that one. Moving on, we've got Leona, who had a photo there with the one and only Harry, so thank you very much for sending that one in. I'm sure he loved meeting you. Yasmin and family had a photo here with me and Charlotte, so thanks for sending that one in. We've got Oscar also here with us as well, so great to see you. Ryan had a photo here outside Atlantis, so thank you for sharing that. Do love Atlantis, what a fantastic ride. Patrick with a Smiler on-ride photo from Alton Towers there as well. You had a great time on the Smiler, Patrick. Jamie also had a photo here with us, so thank you for sending in that one for us here at the show. We've got Christopher with an Animal Kingdom plate, some really interesting merch there, so thanks for sending that one in. Next up then we've got Ryan with a fantastic mug collection there as well. Loving some of those. You got Richard with a Universal Twister Drinks Cup. There you go, that's fantastic, and thank you for sending that in for us here at the show. Tim is next with a keyring collection that he's managed to get just there. Loving them. And finally Thomas with a Stealth trophy. Loving these different trophies that we've got across the Merlin Parks now. Make sure you check out the merch actually. Lots of new pin badges coming to the Merlin Parks at the moment. So if you love your pin badges, like I know a lot of you do, get yourselves down to the shops, especially Towers Trading at Alton Towers and the Mega Store down at Thorpe Park for lots of exciting new pin badges. Also this week, a very big happy birthday to Jack. Hi out there to you, and thank you for watching the show. Have a fantastic birthday from all of us here at Theme Park Worldwide. Now there is less than 2 weeks to go now until our big event over at Alton Towers. Can't wait to see you guys on Saturday, May the 20th. We're going to be meeting at 10:30 at the Frogs on Tower Street, so we can't wait to see you there for our fantastic Alton Towers event, the first event of Theme Park Worldwide of the year. So it'd be great to see you there. If you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, check below in the description just there, or click on that just there, and it will tell you all about our exciting event at Alton Towers in a video just there. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Theme Park Worldwide, the show. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and of course I'll be back next week with all the latest theme park news and so much more. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys. I hope you have a good week.